Alright, friends, I thought it would be helpful if I walked through the syllabus a little bit. So on your course page, you'll see the printable syllabus section here, and you'll want to make sure that you click on that and read through that. Just to kind of pull that up here, here is what it looks like. Just a basic syllabus. You want to make sure that you read through the categories here and look through just the basic things, the goals. You can read all that stuff. Nothing really too life-changing there. You can see the texts that were required. But the main thing I really want to talk about is the course assignments and walk through those really quickly. As you'll see, there's reading, participation, and attendance. You won't get a grade per se for that, but I will keep track of that for attendance reasons. Not necessarily the reading. The reading will come out in your assignments, but your participation and attendance in the taking of the quizzes and participating in the voice threads and so on and so forth. There will be several kinds of assignments that we'll have. The main thing you'll be doing the first 3 weeks will be quizzes. Quizzes will be based on the Load-All book. You'll see them in the course layout, and if you want further information on that, please look at the video that I posted that walks you through the course page. You'll see those basically in each topic that you'll have for the first 3 weeks. In addition to that, you will have blog posts being Christian reflections, namely reflections on the book Being Christian. Discussion threads based on the book by Beth Felker-Jones and sometimes by Rowan Williams, Being Christian. I think the last one in week 5 brings in a text from Rowan Williams. Chapter questions on Michael Gorman's book, Reading Revelation Responsibly. The assignment on Severson's claims, you'll see that here. End of week summaries of learning. Now, that may seem like a lot, but I'm hoping at the end of this you'll see that it's really not. So let's talk about them a little bit more in detail. The blog posts, and if you want to see where these are at and the instructions to start and do these, please see my other video that walks you through the course page. Basically, the blog posts will be your chance to reflect on Rowan Williams' book, Token of Trust. Each week you'll be responsible for a blog post that's named 500 words or more using the website Blogger. Again, instructions on the other video will be found there. It's your chance to talk about anything that interests you and how it applies to you or the world or whatever you want to do with it. The main thing is that you engage the chapter each week, and instructions will be given on what prompt to answer each week if you go to the course page. Any more on that, please email me. Again, it's 500 words long, and it's 20 points each. Next is the Being Christian reflection. These are reflections on Rowan Williams' book, Being Christian. Basically, you'll submit a document twice throughout the semester, once in week 1 and the other one in week 3. Basically, all you will have to do in this assignment is offer 1 to 2 sentences summarizing what Rowan Williams says, 1 to 2 sentences on what you found interesting, and 1 to 2 sentences on how this changes your perspective on the given prompt. So one will be on the Bible and another will be on the sacraments, so how his chapter changed your view on the sacraments or on the view of the Bible, depending on what assignment it is, and there will be 2 of those for 10 points each. Weeks 1 through 5 will also have a discussion thread, which is actually something you do with your voice. Basically, throughout the course, you'll be asked to read various chapters of hers and just talk about them. You don't have to write anything down. You don't have to take a quiz, but you will have a chance to talk about her chapter. So you don't have to know specific details like you would if it was a quiz or a test or some type of paper. But mainly, you just need to talk about something that interests you in her chapter and what it meant for you as you read it. And you'll gauge your peers on that too. There will be 5 of those for 10 points each. The Gorman's chapter questions in week 4 and 5, in lieu of Loadall's quizzes, which take up weeks 1 through 3, you will have questions and pre-questions to the Gorman's text, reading Revelation responsibly. It's pretty straightforward. You just go in there and answer the questions and the prompts. There are 7 of those for 5 points each. The last thing is Severson's Claims and Responsibilities. There is a book by Eric Severson, and you'll track his claims that he makes throughout his book on what Christian responsibility is and what Christian responsibility isn't. There's more specific details about this assignment in the Moodle page on week 5, topic 4. And this is 50 points total. It may sound like a lot, but again, this course is meant to reflect the standards set down by the School of Theology and Philosophy for what a summer course means and how it replaces a semester-long course. However, once you get down on the ground and start doing it, I feel like you'll notice that it's really not as much as you would think just by the sheer summary of it. And the last thing in the syllabus is you'll see the course grading and weights. And here, the breakdown, you get a total possible 566 points. You'll see the extra credit that we offered. In addition to using Beth Felker-Jones for the voice thread discussions, there will be several opportunities where it's suggested for you to partake in optional reading from her. If you choose to take in that optional reading from her, you'll have a chance to do some extra credit for 20 points, 10 for the midterm, 10 for the final, based on questions from her book that you're not required to read. And those chapters are listed under the extra credit section so you can know which ones the questions come from. You'll see the grading scale. If you ever want to figure out what your grade will be, just divide the total points that you have by 566 and you'll see the percentage, and this is where you'll find out where you lie in that scale. Everything else is pretty straightforward. There's a course calendar that kind of walks you through the course assignments. If the course page is not really your thing, then look at this. This is actually would be a great resource for a checklist if you're wanting to make sure you get all the assignments done. Basically, you'll need to make sure that you are keeping up with the assignments, turning them in. You'll want to make sure that at the end of every week, because this is a part of the assignment, you have your weekly reflections. Basically, you just write 1 or 2 sentences about something you learned, something you, here it is right here. So end of week summaries of learnings. You'll just 1 or 2 sentences about something you enjoyed or found interesting that week. No really big deal. Lots of free points there. As you can see here, the end of week summaries of learnings, 7 for 5 points each. It's 35 points of just 2 or 3 sentences of saying what you liked about that week and what you learned. So you'll see those listed in there. Primarily, those are for attendance and participation. Any more questions about any of that can be directed to me. Just make sure you're making your way through the course at a rate that you can or feel comfortable with, and that you do all the assignments by Sunday. I'm looking forward to the semester, and I hope you are too. And I will talk to you, hopefully, throughout the semester. Thanks. Bye.